How's it going, YouTube? It's your boy Exotics, and this is my side of the story on how Regal Reserve almost scammed me out of $150,000. As of March 24th, 2020, me and my clan, me and my organization, also known as Faded Esports, got an invite to their private Discord. So all of us joined their Discord, and that's when. Okay, so at first it started off with us wanting to actually join Regal Reserve because we saw like the fan base, and one of the leaders actually wanted to get in there for a long time. So he tried to put us all on with like a little private tryout. So we ended up joining the server. We ended up joining the server, asking them for tryouts, and then they ended up having like this really, really, really big meeting that lasted hours, like 5 to 6 hours, maybe at that most, if not 7. So, anyways, after that meeting, everybody else cleared chat, and we were just in the general chat, just talking, trying to basically try to figure out what they were talking about. But anyways, what they were talking about wasn't really important. So about an hour and a half passes, and then they tell me that Regal Reserve ended. So we was just stuck sitting there for like 5 to 6 hours just for us to be told that Regal Reserve had ended, or at least that's what we thought. So the rest of the day goes by. On March 25th, no, I'm sorry. Let me rewind that. The rest of the day goes by. Yes. So at the start, before around like 11:50, I get a message, and it's one of the Regal Reserve members. One of the Regal Reserve members tell me to personally message Andrew about further details and information on the clan. So if I pull up my Discord right here, you can see that I personally messaged him. So I said yo last Wednesday at 9:49, which is March 25th, and he didn't text me back until the 26th, which was last Thursday. So me and him were actually having a pretty decent conversation at first, and this is before the whole $150,000 scam idea. This is just um, basically me trying to fully explain or understand if he ended Regal. So as you can see right here, he says a CEO never sleeps. Didn't you hear? I said you're right. LOL. So he sent the little money emoji. He said, "What's up?" I saw your text because I texted him on iMessage that exact day, telling him that I needed to talk to him. So I texted him, and he responded back. So I said, "So are you fully ending Regal?" He said, "Currently Regal ended." Cause okay, so what happened here on this part, the reason that led me up to saying, because to be honest, you can just quit gaming and still make mad income. Where that came from, where that came from specifically, what I had did on this exact day, I'm pretty sure this was actually after the fact that one of my members, also known as Arashi now, one of my members in the Discord was spamming up links, pictures, Instagram posts, Twitter DMs, and all of that in the chat, basically basically giving evidence that everything that Andrew has done so far and has done in the past is fake, and that he's a 100% scam artist. So this was also before the fact. This was when actually this was when I went upstairs. I went upstairs and me and my grandfather had like a little decent time conversation, like maybe like 10, 15 minutes or so. That's what I was basically asking him to take me to the bank. So I was asking him to take me to the bank so that way I could see if I could get that loan. And my grandfather was actually making a lot of sense. My grandfather told me, my grandfather told me that if you think because he's making income and he wants to end the clan, He said he could end the clan and still make mad profit. But here's the but part. Here's the funny part. He told me, he literally said these words out of his mouth. I kid you not. I kid you not, guys. He literally told me, $150,000, a $150,000 loan for a 19-year-old at a bank, and you don't even have a credit card. He said, bruh, take that deal off the table right now. It is a scam. But of course, you know me, this was before I did all the video research, and I ran into upper echelons and videos and all that other stuff. This was way before I even read over anything or watched a fully described video. Like, this was way before all of that. So I didn't believe anything. So okay, so I said, so he said, I already do. I said, well, I think you should keep Regal alive, though. He said, nope. I said, you literally have everything in the palm of your hand. Andrew, not really. Well, you could have everything. And this is what he says. He says, I'm never sleep. Rarely attend social gatherings, even more so now with coronavirus, high stress lifestyle, no girlfriend, no time to go to the gym. You guys can specifically see here that he says he has a high stress lifestyle and no girlfriend. Bruh, you probably have no girlfriend because she probably caught you flirting with your members after you kicked one of your members for flirting with one of your members. Hmm? But you didn't mention that part though. But anyways, let me continue. I said, I feel you. That's a lot of stress. He said he dropped out of school. Listen here. Listen here, guys. If you know you are if you know you are going to make a living out of this gaming community, and you have a certain and you have a decent fan base, or you have a strong fan base to the fact where you feel like you can make annual income easily just based off of your fan base, I still wouldn't suggest you to drop out of school. But if you feel strong enough and confident in your fan base, maybe drop out of school. And if that doesn't work and it doesn't get you that far, re-enroll back in school because education is important. Anyways, that's just a little life lesson. But he said, I dropped out of school. I love it, but I don't have everything. Money isn't everything, which is true. Money isn't everything. But people let the money get to their head, which is what he did to himself. I said, wasn't there anyone to help you with situations like that? He said, sometimes living life means more. He didn't answer my question. He never answered my question. I specifically asked him, wasn't there anyone to help you with situations like that? And he skipped right over the question by saying, sometimes living life means more. Okay, Andrew, whatever. And I said, I know money isn't everything. And he said, look, he even says it here, right here himself. So if there's any Regal members that are going to be watching this video, he says it right here himself. Regal's been holding me back from living my life for a bit just because I was doing it 100 plus hours a week in the sense of thinking about it. Here's also what I said. You could have made someone a CEO as well, someone you could trust, or a COO. I made Sam that, but he worked a lot more due to the virus. Plus, I can't put my family at risk, man. No more, no way. I said, you don't even have to do anything, but I understand. I wouldn't want to either. We all know when it comes to hackers in certain situations, they're only doing it for clout. Hackers, like, honestly, bro, we already know the gist, dude. The hacker that you were talking about was a hacker. Like, I did way more research, and the hacker that you were explaining to me about was a hacker that you also paid to get that damn Twitter. So there was no hacker that exposed your personal information at all. So that was a lie. That was a big ass lie. Okay, anyways, so this at 2:29. Okay, so I was in a Fortnite game at this time, and me and one of my CEO, me and another CEO of the organization that we both run, Builds, also known as Nick. We had gotten into an argument right after the situation, so that's where this part came from. So he said, "So what's the game plan here?" At this point, me and Nick got into an argument or Builds, um, and we were thinking about parting ways, but we situated everything out. So I say here, I don't know. Argument happened just a lot. I'm just trying to cool off and just relax myself. Honestly, he said, "What do you mean?" So I explained the whole situation on why he got mad. So I explained here the whole situation why he got mad. We were just casually playing box fights 2v2, and I play a controller. My partner happened to play a controller as well because I didn't know the other guy that was in the game, but he just happened to play a controller. So it was two controller players versus two keyboard and mouse players. So, and I play on controller, and my partner happened to be on controller as well. So we just did what controller players do best, which is AR spamming, which is true. We do AR spamming the best. But anyways, this is totally off topic. Okay, he said, "Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. Why did you ask what I mean?" See, here's the thing with Andrew, bro. I don't get it. Like, why would you ask, "What do I mean?" if you don't care? If you didn't care, you shouldn't have even said, "What do you mean?" out of your mouth. You could have asked me to like easily get back on topic with this, but nah, you just wanted me to keep egging it. So, anyways, he said, "I said, and they killed us as usual because they have full motion with their arms and wrists, etc., etc. But tell me where this leads to, lol." Me. Oh, it leads to a big ass argument over the whole situation. Not with Regal, just with Fada in general, which is our esports organization. He started being toxic, and I was just telling him how I know so much people that talk shit about him, but this is not important. Okay, here is what he had to say about the whole situation. "I don't care for the best part because you both are being idiots. You know why? I told him this, and I'm gonna tell you. So realizing your homie is hurting from what you're saying, and he's hurting you too. Just be the bigger person. Don't be a middle school relationship. Be an adult. Be a leader. You want to be a CEO. You want something amazing that will grow into millions of dollars. You gotta fake it before you make it. Listen here, bud. Listen here. Listen here. I cannot fake my emotions with any of my CEOs because we have gotten emotionally attached to the point where we don't even want to be around each other when we hurt each other's fucking feelings. But at the end of the day, since we are all so physically and emotionally attached, those are my brothers to the death of me. And they got my back stronger than anybody else will have my back. So, no, I'm not going to fake a smile. If you're doing something wrong and you know you're doing something wrong, and we both know we're doing something wrong, or we're not gonna fake a smile just to make people happy. No, we're gonna tell it how it is because that's what brothers do. So no, I'm not gonna fake it before I make it. That completely makes no sense. So I said I ended up doing that. At Okay, so after this, he says, "Luckily, you start out with 147K, and in the words of Bill Gates, it's easier to make $1 million with 10K than it is to make 10K with $1. But little do you know, this reference doesn't really mean anything because at the end of the day, if you put hard work and dedication and time into what you really truly love and doing, you can make 10K with $1. So that Bill Gates reference isn't really all that true. Excuse me. I'm sorry. So I said, by the way, I'm not going to be able to get that loan. There's no way I'll be able to. Because, okay, so the reason why I said this is because I am a 19-year-old who just works a standard 9 to 5 job. Basically, I work from 3:30 to 3:30 to 11:30. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'll basically work 3:30 to 11:30, making $10 an hour. You really think a typical 19-year-old who works from 3:30 to 11:30 and only makes $10 an hour is going to be able to walk into that bank and ask for a $150,000 loan, and you really think they're going to give it to me? Like, did you even process that in your head, Andrew? Do you really think that if I walked inside that bank and told them that I am starting a business as a 19-year-old who has no type of credit whatsoever, since I am a 19-year-old and I don't have a credit card, I only have a debit card right now, you really think that as my first loan, they would let me take out $150,000 for 7 years with a 16% interest rate? You damn near would have had me sell my whole fucking life away. I'm not going for that. So, anyways, he says here, also, I'm not calling you both out to be me. I'm calling you both out because you won't listen to each other. People jump around insecurities or flaws in the other person in basic ways and in deep ways. The better friends, the deeper they are, which is true. Which is why I say I understand that part. And then he says, for some reason, he copied and pasted. For some reason, he copied and pasted what I said. He said, yeah, with that mindset, I'm surprised you have your driver's license. Bro, it's not about my mindset. I wasn't even focused on that. My mindset was I was literally going to at least attempt to get the loan. The reason why my mindset was like that is because, as I said previously, like I just said a few minutes ago, I am a 19-year-old who works a typical 9 to 5 job pretty much, only making $10 an hour. I have no type of credit card. I don't have any credit whatsoever. So, do you really think that I, me, myself, exotics, do you really personally think that they would let a 19-year-old with no type of credit whatsoever and a typical 9 to 5 job just walk into a bank and request a $150,000 loan to start a business for 7 years with 16% interest rate? Do you really think they're going to allow me to do that, Andrew? Like, come on now. You're 22 and I'm 19, and even I knew they weren't going to allow that. Anyways, so I said, wow, toxic. He said, attitude is everything, brother. I said, LMFAO. He said, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. Here's what I was just talking about. I'm a 19-year-old who has a debit card. He said, hell no, but I believed I could, and so I did. I said, but a 150K loan though, with a sideways face. He said, so what, bro? You know you can own a house, 2 stories with a mortgage, a pool, a huge backyard, and have it pay itself off. Here is the thing, okay? I don't necessarily feel like pulling it up myself, but if you want to, you could go up to Upper Echelon's YouTube channel, and you could click on the last video he recently did about Regal, not the 150K bus, because that's the most recent video, but the video before that. You could go ahead and click into that video, and the house that he is describing right here, you will actually find out and see that it was a house that he was actually currently trying to get and host fake giveaways for people to live in, and he didn't even fully rent it yet. He didn't even attempt to rent the house. It was still up for rent on Zillow. So this was a lie. This is where he tried to draw me in with this house. And then he linked me a message by Hector saying, basically explaining that without hard work and dedication, you're not going to get anywhere, which is true. So I just watched this short little video. Anyways, like here I said again, bro. I cannot stress this enough. This is literally where I started waking up. This is where I started waking up slowly. Okay, I started waking up slowly, and I kept my eyes open, but I continued to play dumb. Okay, But this right here is what really woke my eyes up. What really woke my eyes up was actually the conversation that I had recently with my grandfather about the loan. And he was telling me about the scam. He told me to keep my eyes open. And then that's when I was doing a little bit of research on the videos and I found upper echelons videos. So here, watch this. Here I okay, so here I clearly say what I literally just said not too long ago. But the thing is, I'm 19, right? With no type of credit score. So how am I going to walk into my bank and request for a loan if I don't have anything valuable? Because you know how banks are. You guys always know in order to get a business loan or any type of loan at all, you need to have something valuable behind your asset name first. I don't have anything valuable besides this PC and this Xbox, and my Xbox is probably gonna get like $50 at most, but my PC is like 1,500. So other than that, I don't have anything else valuable. No, I don't. He said, "Okay, so that's an easy problem to solve. How? Please explain. Please explain." Well, I'm all ears. He says, "Get multiple loans or get an investor." Here's where he's trying to fuck me up at. I am 19. Why would I try to get multiple loans? Just why? Explain to me. Multiple loans, meaning more than one loans at one time, which equals up to me fucking up my credit score if I was to ever get one. And to be in a complete debt that I even know myself I cannot pay off. So, Andrew, what were you trying to plan on doing here? You was trying to plan on sending a 19-year-old kid to jail if he couldn't pay what the hell he owed back to the bank? Hmm? Did you even think about that? Did you even think that I work a typical 9 to 5 job and if I don't pay off my fucking debt, I could go to jail? Did you ever think about that? Oh, wait, that's right. You didn't because you don't care. You don't care about me. You don't care about your members. You don't care about the community at all.
Yo, hold on.
Erkins,
Yo, so,
how do you feel about this whole Regal situation going on, man?
oh, like, I like, to be honest, like, I mean, it just, like, I was already over it, but the video just brought it up again. I mean,
I'm,
bruh, he
I'm
thought you
recording
were,
the video right now.
to be honest, like, oh, voice crack. To be honest, like, I think it was kind of scuffed, to be honest. Like, he thought you were stupid. Like, and then, like, it was kind of dumb. Cause like, you were like getting excited and stuff. I was just trying to tell you because I thought it was sketch because like it's a good org, but it's not like it's a freaking like well I don't know how to explain it, but like he was just trying to scam you, and I didn't think like when I heard like over $100,000, I was like that's not it. So I was just saying like I thought it was gonna be a scam before everything happened because like $100,000 for a team that's not as big as like all the other orgs. That's like not fair at all. And then he tried to scam you thinking you were stupid just because you're 19. That was kind of dumb too. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Exactly. Y'all heard it from Erkins himself. He tried to scam me out of $150,000 because he thought this typical 19-year-old was retarded. He thought that I would be retarded and not know what the hell I'm talking about.
Exotics
That's
is
the
not
people that
stupid,
are
bro.
really on that.
Exotics is not stupid, bro. I
I'm
don't know
not
why they tried.
retarded.
You're not stupid at all. I know
I'm
this dude,
not.
bro. This guy's not stupid. I don't know why he was trying to do that. That's a freaking scam for $150,000, and then he tried to turn over the money like it was gonna work. Hell nah.
Exactly. Okay, so here is what else he said. He says get multiple loans or an investor. Okay, so this is where I was talking to my grandfather about. I was literally explaining to my grandfather. Well, he was basically explaining to me actually to reverse that. He was explaining to me that he was explaining to me that basically since I'm 19 and I wanted to get a starter loan, the lowest loan that I could possibly get is $300. 300. That's it. They'll just give me a $300 loan, apply that to a credit card. I spend that money wisely, built up my credit, and then I could get bigger and bigger and bigger loans in the future. So I said here, the max loan I might get is like $300 for now. He says $300 question mark. LOL, bro, there's no way you ever gotten a loan. I said no, never even thought about getting a loan. So how do you only know you'll get 200? Always thought I had to have a credit score and something valuable, which I do. I do need to have something valuable, or else I'm not going to be able to get that loan at all. So, anyways, back to the story. Always thought I had to have a credit score or something valuable. Those are cool assumptions, but you didn't even check to make sure. I said, damn, dot, 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 dot. You could get a business loan if you have a business plan. I said, you're right. Regal Andrew said, that's the answer. I was hoping you did some research, lol, but it's cool. I'm about to do some research right now, lol. There's your answer. You need a business plan of showing the bank how you will make your money back to be able to pay them. But what if they need the paperwork? How are they going to get that? Do I see if I qualify? And this is like where he was talking about the 156K, and I was like up front. He said, think about it. I said, bruh. Okay, so this is actually, I think he deleted a couple of messages. I'm not necessarily too sure, but this is where he was basically trying to break down everything in the call. Oh yes, this is when we were in the call. This is when we were in the call. It was me. It was me, one of my CEO roughies. It was me, my COO Ruffy, and then the other CEO slash founder of Faded Esports, Builds, and Andrew. It was all four of us in a call, and he was typically basically trying to explain to us and break down all of the things, all of the type of payments that we can make, and stuff like that, and like what we will have access to. And he ended up bringing like we could each all pay $41 a month. So I said here, $41 a month is cheap as fuck. He said yes plus interest, so let me calculate that. And I said I think all of this went way over my head because at first it did, but this is he really started to like reel me in here at first. So I said, so do I just go to my actual bank and ask for a loan or get one from the tab post? He said, you got to do the math, man. You looked at the big number and got scared, but you didn't break it down. $150,000 is a large ass amount to ask for from a bank, especially asking that 19-year-old to get it from a bank. Of course, it's going to be scared. Of course, I'm going to be scared. I've never asked for a loan in my life. So what makes you think I'm gonna feel comfortable going to the bank asking for a $150,000 loan if I've never done that shit before? Excuse my language. But of course I was scared. Okay, so anyways, I said, okay, so for the loan part, do I just do this website? Da, 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 da. Which he linked me to this website. He linked me to this website right here. Nah, go research what's best for you. I just found the random one. The first one I found was that. Okay, but this one seems cool. I can't really advise you on what to do, man. You got to do that for yourself. I can break down the numbers for you, but I'm not going to act as your advisor. Simple research shows with this one, no minimum credit scores required, which was false. Which was false. What about Lightstream, which is SunTrust basically and BB&T, and how they collaborated? He said, up to you. So I was actually going to try that, but I needed a cosigner. So this is where the cosigner part comes from. So this is how much I would have been having to pay: $4,476.86 monthly, with a 6.99% or 7% if you round it off interest rate. That's a nice interest rate. LMAO is what he meant to say. That means, so I said it's a 7% to a 13% interest rate. He said 13% isn't bad either. It's not amazing, but if you were to buy a house, you normally need to put down 30% down for what I understand. So if it's a $1 million home, it's 300K down. Okay, so what I did was I did a small loan. The maximum is 100K, and I put that loan for 24 months. I just didn't get it yet. I'm thinking. Really, the whole time I was just having a side conversation with my homeboys in my organization, basically, typically debating like if I should go through with this payment or not, or this loan. So, anyways, I said. So, anyways, he said, "I'm sorry. Just so you know, at the end of the day, I'm only showing you how this could be made possible and it's realistic when you break it down. I'm not convincing you to buy Regal, but simply showing you a way that it is possible." Bro, do you not hear what you just said? You literally just said, "I'm not convincing you to buy Regal, but simply showing you a way that it's possible." Which basically means that you're trying to convince me to buy Regal, but just in other ways. Andrew, do you think I'm stupid? Just because you reword a sentence doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to catch on to it. No, it doesn't work that way, buddy. Anyways, so like I said I understand. He says, "Okay, cool," and I say, "Oh, and I appreciate you for helping me." And he said, "As long as we're keeping that in mind, you could have easily told me to figure it out by myself," which is once again we were in the call and he was just basically breaking down everything, and that's what ended up happening. He said, "Yeah, haha, but it's cool." So if you go on Upper Echelon's gaming channel, if you go on Upper Echelon's YouTube channel, he recently dropped a video of this yesterday saying specifically, this is where he tries to scam me. So I'm not gonna go over all this part as Upper Echelon already went over half of this part. Well, all of the other parts down here, but basically, so I specifically said I'm getting messages saying that the house is fake and stuff. I've been getting these DMs all day, and if we just go to my Discord server real quick, it was actually one of my members, Arashi. If I could just find his name. Anyways, okay, right here, Arashi. This is Arashi. Let me go. Let me see if I can go to the messages that he says. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Okay, so this is where I got the PNG and shit like that. He sent it to me. So he tried to make a webcam overlay of it. And then this is where he says, "Yo, I've been doing my research and it looks like the original owner was a scammer. There's no real house or anything." I refuse to believe him. I said, "This is a real house. They literally have a picture of them sitting in the front yard of the house." He said, "I've been watching reviews and the house was purchased by nobody and it was a fraud. But they still scammers." And then after this whole conversation happened, I did some research. And as Upper Echelon already had covered, it determines that it was true. Nobody rented it out at all whatsoever. Nobody even bought it. And it turns out they just had a little rusty old apartment down in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And he wasn't even so specifically sure about the address of that current location either. Meaning it wasn't even really his. But, anyways, moral of the story is I, Imante Dudley, also known as Exotics, I am a typical 19-year-old who works a 9 to 5 job making $10 an hour at a results call center down in Martinsville, Virginia. And this is my side of the story on how Regal Andrew and the Regal Reserve tried to scam me out of $150,000. If you guys have any more questions or concerns, please don't be afraid to hit me up on Twitter at YExotics to get some more deep down information on this. because I'm pretty sure this video is long and I don't want to make it any more longer. So if you guys have a question for me, I will link my Twitter down below in the description, and I will gladly help you out with some other answers as well. Some answers that I can't really quite remember right now, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to figure out once I do some more research and I go over all the messages again. But anyways, this has been my side of the story on how Andrew tried to scam me out of $150,000, and I did not go for that. Thanks to Upper Echelon Gaming and all of the other supporters that he had that cracked the case down on Regal Reserve. Thank you so much for saving my life. I won't ever forget this, and I'll do everything that I can to repay you guys. Literally, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for saving me $150,000. This has been Exotics, and I'm signing off.